Abbey Pemberton. We all have something we're passionate about, whether it be embracing your green thumb, keeping up on the latest car trends, or a passion for fashion. For Abbey, she is passionate about making sure her voice is heard to make a difference in the community. Since her freshman year of high school, she has helped pass 7 city ordinances across Reno County and has hosted many different community awareness campaigns locally. During her talk, she will share how to turn your passion into a positive change in the community and why it's important to do so. This is Abbey Pemberton. Stand up and speak out.
Hi, my name is Abbey Pemberton, and this upcoming year I'm going to be a senior at Hutchinson High School. And through the high school, I'm involved in a club called Communities That Care. And in Communities That Care, we are a group of middle school and high school students who are working together to prevent kids from smoking cigarettes, using drugs, and drinking underage. That's why I will not be going to Carl's Bar after this presentation. In Communities That Care, we got so many amazing opportunities to get out in the community and do things that we love doing. So today I'm going to be sharing some of the things that I'm passionate about and also sharing my youth advocacy journey with you guys. So everything started back in 8th grade when I got to go watch a really cool group of students present to the Kansas State Fair Board about getting designated smoking areas at the Kansas State Fair. Watching these students, I was like, whoa, this is awesome, and I'm going to do this once I get into high school. But unfortunately, after that day, and after I went back to school, I became a little uninspired. But luckily, they got their thing passed. There are designated smoking areas at the Kansas State Fair. And just a little bit before this picture was taken, I had an experience that was like, okay, this is the beginning of my journey. And that happened on June 11th of 2015. I remember the exact date. It's when I got to go watch a presentation given by a guy named Dr. Newberger about electronic cigarettes and how electronic cigarettes can be smoked in places like the library or hospitals or food places because they don't have the same policies as cigarettes. So you can smoke them in places where you can't smoke a cigarette. And this was disgusting. I mean, how many of you guys do not want someone smoking next to you in McDonald's, right? That is just disgusting. So my friends and I presented to the Hutchinson City Council about this, and we told them why we want this passed. And we showed them all the research that we'd worked so hard on getting, and they passed the city ordinance banning electronic cigarette use in places where regular tobacco cannot be smoked. And this was huge because I was only a freshman in high school, and I'd worked with all these amazing leaders to get this passed, and I felt like a pro. Going back to school after this, I was walking down the hallway like, ooh, look at me. I just felt super important, everything like that. And I remember after this, I was like, I have to do more. I want to do more. And so after this, I kind of celebrated for a little bit, and I didn't do any big projects, but I did work on getting some other youth involved in figuring out that tobacco is not healthy behavior. And I got to travel to several different places, so I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But after this, there was actually another opportunity 2 years later that continued my youth advocacy project. So some of my friends noticed that tobacco use is a big issue in parks in Reno County. And we really wanted to change this because parks should be a safe place for people to go, play in the playgrounds, or walk their dogs, or just join the nature. So we started in South Hutchinson, and we started picking up cigarettes and doing environmental scans. And after doing all these environmental scans, we're like, whoa, okay, we're ready to go get some policy change on this. So we presented to the city councils of South Hutchinson, Haven, Nickerson, Bueller, Arlington, and Hutchinson about passing an ordinance that would ban all tobacco use, which includes electronic cigarettes, dip tobacco, regular cigarettes, all tobacco use in parks. And all 6 city councils passed an ordinance that would ban all tobacco use in parks. So in the cities that I mentioned, which are South Hutchinson, Haven, Nickerson, Bueller, Arlington, Hutchinson, you can no longer smoke in the parks. And this was super awesome because all these people in this picture, plus more, worked on this awesome project, and we got this passed, which is a permanent thing. At the current time, that affects about 50,000 people living in those cities, and it's going to continue affecting future generations. And we also got to put up these really cool signs, which you guys will see at some of the parks in those cities. And this really taught us why youth advocacy advocacy is very important because as youth getting out in the community, we kind of realize what our role is, and we realize, wow, we really are important. And actually doing all this has inspired me to go into public health in the future and help me realize what I really like doing. So now I'm going to show you guys some of the really cool things that I've done in some of my free time. My friends and I have helped put on a YES Summit, which is Youth Empowerment Summit, where we invite kids 5th through 8th grade to come and learn about prevention, learn about community that care, and help them find something that they're passionate about. That way they can continue our legacy in this community. We've also got to present to younger kids about this, like about alcohol and tobacco. This is me talking about prescription drugs to kids at Allen Elementary School, which is the coolest elementary school around, where I got to tell them some of the harms of it and how to keep their family safe, like helping their grandma keep them put away and keep their younger siblings safe. I also got to go to Washington, D.C. twice. So this is when I got to go with Truth Initiative, which is known nationwide for preventing tobacco use in teens. They've helped lower the tobacco rate. So I think nationwide, only 4% of teens are smoking, which is really big. Like, that is a really big improvement. I also got to go to Washington, D.C. 2 years ago with my awesome sponsor, Carla, and another one of the youth and communities that care for the Catechist Summit, where we learned all about how to prevent drug use in adults and teens and kids in like the middle school and elementary schools. But the really cool thing about this Catechist Summit is we have the opportunity to go again this year. With more youth, we have 10 youth going. These are some of the youth that are going. They're all super awesome people, and I'm really excited for them to go and get the same experiences that I did. When I went a few years ago, before I went, I was kind of shy. I was more quiet, and I didn't really know how to get out in front of people. I mean, I remember before this, I had to give a presentation about like biology and cells, and I was like, but now I can just talk about whatever in front of people. And so I'm super excited for them to figure out what their passion is and then share their passion with other people and be able to do things like I am sharing my passion with them. And also, again, I enjoyed being here, sharing my stuff with you guys, and also learn about your stuff. Since I will not be going to Carl's Bar afterwards, if you guys have any questions for me, you can find the Communities That Care Facebook page and just message them, and it'll get to me eventually. Thank you guys so much.